A federal regulation is causing Hanover College to add time to each class so students can keep their financial aid.
Also, hear how some Hanoverians are giving back during the holidays.
And we'll talk sports as we cover the highlights of this upcoming winter season.
All of this and much more coming up on Hanover Headlines. Hello, welcome to Hanover Headlines, where we bring you the latest news on Hanover's campus. I'm Hannah Taylor.
And I'm Kylie Thomas. Thanks for joining us. Every year, too many students have scheduling conflicts because of overlapping class times. A change in the 4-day classes could eliminate those issues and save Hanover from unwanted consequences. Hannah's here to tell us more.
Too often, students have scheduling conflicts that keep them from getting in classes they need to take. President Lambert says a possible change in the 4-day classes could be put into place to eliminate those problems.
People tell me that we sometimes have challenges with the 4-day-a-week classes, that it conflicts with other classes that students want to take. And so the goal is try to reduce the number of conflicts, so then you don't necessarily have to offer as many sections of courses, or you wouldn't have to offer as many independent studies for students who can't fit their courses into the regular schedule grid. So that's the goal.
But scheduling conflicts aren't the only issues the committee is dealing with.
The other issue that the committee is having to address is a new requirement by the Higher Learning Commission, which is the organization that accredits Hanover. And to comply with a federal law, we have to show that our classes meet a certain number of minutes per semester to be in compliance with these new federal guidelines. And it's complicated because we don't use a traditional semester hour system, we use the unit system. But we say that one of our units is worth 4 semester hours in a semester system. And that's where this issue gets into how many minutes per week do you need to meet. And so a 1-unit class needs to meet approximately 4 hours per week, or meet less than 4 hours and then have a substantially higher amount of out-of-class work assignment. And so they're trying to work with those rules as well as our own faculty manual and trying to make things more efficient for students and scheduling purposes.
And what could some consequences be of possibly not following this federal regulation?
Well, anytime that you're out of compliance with your accreditor, that's a problem. And I'm sure that they would notify us, tell us that we had to come into compliance, and that there would be a warning of some sort if for whatever reason we were not in compliance. But the bottom line is that if you lose accreditation, so that's sort of the death penalty, so to speak, from your accreditor, if we lose accreditation, then that means that our students would not be eligible for any type of federal financial aid. So that would include federal loans, Stafford loans. It would include grants such as the Pell Grant or any other type of governmental aid that we offer students.
Hanover College Registrar Ken Prince says a possible solution to this is extend the amount of time students are in class.
One possible solution that we've considered is the 65 to 70 minute Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which will help us give any outside agencies that are looking at us less cause to look at us carefully. Okay. We'll hopefully be compliant with their expectations.
This regulation is kind of explaining how much time is spent outside of the classroom. What majority or what percentage of classes at Hanover would you say are mostly outside classwork rather than actual in-class work?
Well, Hanover's approach has been that first year or second year classes that satisfy requirements probably will have a heavier in-class expectation, whereas 300, 400 level major type classes might have a heavier out-of-class expectation. So we've had a long-standing, if not always front and center, kind of guideline of the 100, 200 levels might meet 4 times or 4 hours a week. And I probably should use that language, 4 hours as opposed to 4 times. And then the upper levels could meet fewer times or fewer hours during the day, with the expectation being that they'll have more out of class, more maybe independent work.
Students like Lauren Strife understand what it's like to spend more time out of class working on a project than in class.
I spend anywhere from 24 to 36 hours, so anywhere in between there for a week, because I am taking 2 studio classes.
Last week, a few members of the committee attended Student Senate to inform students on this possible change. The students' response when asked for approval was overwhelmingly positive. For Hanover Headlines, I'm Hannah Taylor.
So when would this policy take effect, Hannah?
The faculty committee should be voting on it in one of their upcoming meetings, so either this month or early January. And although the faculty do have some say in it, it's ultimately up to the administration to decide.
All right, you'll have to keep us posted.
Last time we covered the new social policy on campus. We stopped by the Student Senate Forum where Dean Yeager explained to students some of the reasoning behind the decision. Dean Yeager sat in on a Student Senate Forum where student representatives asked him questions about the details of the new social policy. Students were able to voice any questions or concerns they had during the open forum.
It is very difficult to expect a fraternity chapter to serve as social host to large numbers of people and at the same time make that venue as safe as it needs to be.
The students really brought up some great questions that really opened up the discussion about the policy.
Yeah, it's great to see administration is listening to students for feedback like this on campus. As the holiday season is approaching, students take a study break to help those in need at the 3rd annual Shoeboxes at the Shoebox. Last week, students filled over 200 boxes with items like coloring books, scarves, and toys for local kids in need. All these items were donated by those who attended. Panhellenic members delivered the boxes to Girls Inc. and the Boys and Girls Club, making sure every child had a gift this Christmas. More boxes were stuffed with notepads, hair ties, and hygiene products for the Women's Correctional Facility.
I think for college students especially, it's harder to find a way where we can give back, especially with finals week coming up. I know everyone's feeling overwhelmed, and just doing something good, it makes you feel good, but it's also an opportunity, especially around the holidays, to give back.
This isn't the only opportunity on campus to give back to the community that supports us. Come help Spanish Club this Friday the 11th at their gift wrapping party in the WAC. They'll be wrapping toys donated at their annual toy drive, which gives all the gifts to Casa Amiga. This organization helps Spanish-speaking newcomers become active members in the community here in Madison. So bring a toy or simply yourself to help give back to Casa Amiga and our local community. Now let's take a look in sports with Lindsay Burke.
We all know all the hard work the varsity sports put in, but club sports often don't get much recognition. I went looking to find out more about some of the club sports here on Hanover's campus and was welcomed in with open arms. The dance team coach, Brianna Burns, met up with me to tell me more about the team.
If you turn, that's when you'll start walking. So it's like 1, 2.
Step by step, the Hanover College dance team is constantly working to get better.
Experience isn't required, just like a passion for it is, because it is a time commitment and everything. Yeah.
Not only does the dance team put in a lot of work, but their coach is also a member.
Well, right now we're working on our Christmas dance for the upcoming basketball games for men's and women's basketball, and then next semester we'll also be doing the remainder men's and women's basketball games, and also we started doing lacrosse last year, so we perform at the men's and women's lacrosse games, home games mainly.
With all the hard work that the dance team has put in, the campus definitely has a lot to look forward to in their future performances. So we may still be in the fall semester, but fall sports have come to an end on campus and with a lot of excitement. Women's soccer, tennis, and golf all came out on top with conference titles. Soccer's defender, Abby Schroyer, not only received a conference title to brag about, but also earned herself a spot as a third-team All-American. She's not the fourth Hanover player to receive All-American honors in the past 4 seasons. Other fall teams still have a lot to be proud of. Volleyball and men's soccer both had second-place finishes in the conference after barely falling short in their respective conference title matchups. Their hard work definitely did not go unnoticed, and congratulations to all fall athletes. And when one sports season comes to a close, another is just beginning. That means basketball is now in full swing. I went out to catch the team in action and find out how Coach Miller is feeling about the start of the season. With official practices starting over a month ago, the men's basketball team is eager to be playing again. But as Coach Miller told me, there are some things a team just doesn't really know until the games start.
You work hard, you have your off season, obviously you get into preseason practices with your team and you're going through all the steps necessary to hopefully build your team and find out things about your team. But there are, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a competitive situation and there are answers that really you can only find out for sure once you turn on the lights and you go out and you play somebody else in a game that counts.
Conference games are just starting, and those are the games that decide who makes it to the conference tournament. With a lot of support, only time will tell if the Panthers are one of those teams. But it's not just Coach Miller with a lot on his plate dealing with athletes. Coach Floyd is dealing with the basketball players along with the intramural athletes on campus. He sat down with me to tell me about what he plans to bring to the table. Coach Floyd, the assistant men's basketball coach, has taken over this year as the new director of intramural sports, and he has big plans for the year.
One of the things that I want to do is kind of make this the intramural sports program a little bit better and have some more participation and get all the students involved on campus. If anyone has any ideas of, how it could be better, some ideas of sports that could, that are not included right now that they might want to see, they can always email me. My last name's Floyd@hanover.edu.
With Coach Floyd still seeking suggestions, it looks like the students will have to wait till next semester to see all the new additions to intramural sports. Now, when I talked to Coach Floyd, he explained to me that he didn't get things started as quickly as he wanted to this semester, but he's making it up next semester with lots of intramural sports, like everyone's favorite, basketball, along with softball and sand volleyball. And if you guys have any ideas of your own, be sure to contact Coach Floyd. I'm Lindsay Burke, and that's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Lindsay. And as we approach the end of the semester, we want to say good luck to everyone on their finals.
And wherever you go for break, we hope you have a safe and relaxing holiday. That's the latest news around campus. Thanks for tuning in as we brought you your Hanover Headlines. I'm Hannah Taylor.
And I'm Kylie Thomas. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.